Good afternoon, just barely afternoon. Welcome to Midweek Musings here at Trinity Heights United Methodist Church in Newton, Kansas. I'm Kent Little, Senior Pastor here. It's good to have you join me today, whether you are joining in this present moment or whether you find this recording later on our YouTube channel or on our Facebook page. It's kind of a wet and cold day outside. Yesterday was pretty nice, so the breeze was a little chilly, but this morning we had a little drizzle. Well, actually started yesterday and through the night. I think it may still be drizzling out there. Maybe slick in spots, though the temperature, my watch says the temperature is about 40, so hopefully if we had some slick spots, hopefully those are dissipating quickly. I haven't been out in our parking lot yet, but I said earlier that after lunch I'd check our parking lot, and if it's a little slick, I'll try to get some ice melt out there, so when we have our activities this evening, nobody would fall. So anyway, and speaking of activities, so what's going on this week here at Trinity Heights? We're firing our WOW back up. Welcome on Wednesdays. Stephanie's busy fixing a meal for all of us, and so that starts at 5:30. I have my Theology Matters class discussion group at 4:30, and then I believe choir starts at 6:30. So anyway, so that's busy today. A lot of things going on here at the church. I know Connie and our respite care, they're having a Valentine candy sale. I believe it starts this Sunday, and we'll go through maybe Valentine's Day on the 14th. I'm sure she'll correct me if I'm wrong. So anyway, if you get a chance, get out here and get some of the candy. She and the gals, they make great, wonderful chocolates. So anyway, so that's happening. Sunday morning, of course, we'll have our regular worship service. Well, it's not a regular worship service this Sunday. This is Scout Sunday. So more general structure, scripture, etc. will be the same in worship, but we'll have our scouts helping lead the service, and they'll have some stories and I think some video of some of their outings. So hope you can take that in as well. Scouting is such a great organization and does so much good for our youth and as they continue to grow into adulthood. So if you can come out and support the Scouts this Sunday, that would be great. I hope you can be here for that as well. Sunday evening, starting at 5 with the Super Bowl. We're having a Super Bowl party again this year. It's kind of a two-purpose gathering. We're having a super SOUPER bowl food drive. We're inviting people to bring Sunday morning as well as Sunday evening cans of soup and crackers. Those things that we collect will be used to not only fill our own blessing box that we have out here in our parking lot, but also be taken to the food bank here locally here in Newton. Our United Methodist Conference is having a contest between our conference and the conference that includes Philadelphia. The two bishops issued a challenge, and whichever conference collects the most food, the other bishop will send. I think if the Philadelphia conference wins, we will send them some barbecue, and if we win, they'll send us some Philly cheese sandwiches. Unfortunately, I think it just goes to the conference office staff. They're not going to feed the thousands of us in the local church. But anyway, so that'll be a fun thing to see who wins that. But that's part of it. And then of course and on Sunday morning, you're invited to wear your favorite sports gear. Of course, you can wear Chiefs paraphernalia, t-shirts, jerseys, hats, whatever. or Philadelphia Eagles attire as well. That would be, or any sports. If you're not a fan of either one, maybe you're a baseball fan. Wear your Royals or your Yankees or whatever, your Boston Red Sox. Anyway, it'll just be a fun morning. Wear your favorite sports gear, and we'll celebrate this Super Bowl Sunday. And then at 5 o'clock, we'll gather in the fellowship hall. We'll have the game projected up on the big screen. Bring your favorite Super Bowl finger food snack item to share, and we'll have a good time there as well. We had a good showing last year, a lot of good food, and a great time visiting and watching the game. If you're not a football fan, come anyway. Maybe bring your favorite board game. Maybe a couple of you can play a board game, card games, whatever. You don't necessarily have to watch the game. It'll be on, but if you'd prefer to do something else while you're here, certainly. Most importantly, we just want you to come and gather and create a safe place where we can get together, get to know one another better, make connections, and spend some time celebrating the day. So that's Sunday. So Sunday's going to be a busy day. So anyway, so that's what's going on Sunday. So it'll be a big day. Worship theme wise, this Sunday, the lectionary passage for this Sunday is Jesus teaching on the plain. He does Luke's version of the Sermon on the Mount. The author of Luke records, blessed are the poor, blessed are the meek, etc. And then the second half of the passage is he gets into the woes. Woe are you who are rich. Woe to you who are rich. Woe to you who are full, etc., etc. And so it's kind of a two-edged sword scripture passage. How do we respond to the blessings we have, and even if they're blessings that our world and our culture may not consider blessings? And how to respond to the woes that Jesus says, in our culture and society, being rich seems to be a goal. In what are we rich? Is it money? Is it relationships? Is it love, etc.? And how do we respond to that? And how do we live in this world that continues to go on? Life goes on, and we are called as followers of the way of Jesus, to not only nurture and nourish and deepen our relationship with God, but with one another and with the world around us. Jesus calls us not only to prayer and fasting and connection with God, but also into the world to promote justice and mercy and inclusion in God's wonderful, diverse world, and to promote equity and equality amongst all of God's children. All of God's children. And as we know, in our current cultural and societal environment here in this country, there has, in recent months, we have a lot of people who are, a lot of the most vulnerable of us, who are fearful of a knock on the door, or fearful of laws that are being presented, fearful of exclusion and abuse and oppression, etc. And it can be a lot. And we talked a little bit about that last Sunday. So I think it's important that we not only keep that in mind, that we are called to be a voice for the voiceless. We are called to empower the powerless. We are called to stand up for justice for all, to resist evil and injustice and oppression. But we also need to take care of ourselves. It can be draining work. I know in an environment such as this, where there's so much to address, so much to lift up, that seems to be threatening peace and threatening the livelihoods of the hungry and the most vulnerable among us. That it can be a draining thing to be a follower of Jesus. I think that's one of the reasons why Jesus went off by himself so many times. We're told in our scriptures, went off by himself. I think not only to pray, but to rest and to revive himself, rejuvenate himself for the continued task of kingdom come here on earth as it is in heaven. So take care of yourselves. Yes, be concerned. Yes, do what you can to address the injustices that we see, but also take time to rest and rejuvenate and reconnect with God. Renew your hearts, renew your souls, lean on one another, connect with one another. That gives us life and love and hope. So anyway, thank you for being here. It's like I said, it's a busy week. Lots of things going on. Take care of yourselves. Connect with the Spirit. Connect with one another. Thank you for joining me here at Trinity Heights, where we always close our time together with the encouragement of being at peace and loving one another, every single other, until there are no others, only one beloved community of all. Maybe so, maybe soon. Thank you for being here. Have a great day. Stay warm, stay dry. Goodbye.